Before we talk about that in this episode, I'd like to first give this message to all my strong, beautiful, and powerful South African women on this Women's Day. Many of you ladies watching this actually don't know what I'm about to say because our schools didn't teach you this. And shame on them for that. Our schools are low-key trash. But on the 9th of August, 1956, before a lot of your mothers were born, 70 years ago, 20,000 women of every race, of every language, of every color, decided we're going to actually stand up for women's rights. They decided to march from every background. They marched all the way to the Union buildings in Pretoria. They placed their passes, the dompas, the hated apartheid pass that looks like some Star Wars nonsense that basically controlled their movement, their work, their lives. They put it on the steps of the most powerful building in the country. They sang Wathint Abafazi, Wathint Imbokodo, which means you strike a woman, you strike a rock. 70 years later, here we are. We gather on the 9th of August 2026 to honor that moment. Although by the time you're seeing this video, it's the 10th of August, but the message remains the same. It's a shame that we have to do this in a country that is the rape capital of the world. It's almost like all those beautiful women who marched in 1956 almost did it for nothing. In fact, violence against women and children is even worse than in 1956. But I say they didn't. I know, it's a shame we have to do it in a country where 53,293 sexual offenses were reported to police in 2024, 2025. And those are just the ones reported, by the way. It's a shame we have to do it in a country where a woman is killed by an intimate partner every 3 hours. Every 3 hours. While you're watching this episode, somewhere in South Africa, a man decided to kill a woman and decide her life was worth less than his anger, his pride, or even his possessiveness. In fact, as you're watching this video, I'll go as far as saying there is a little girl out there being raped right now. In this country, if not a woman being killed. We are honoring the courage of 20,000 women on the steps of the Union buildings. They didn't do that for nothing. That is why the spirit of anti-GBV is still there. In a country that has made their daily reality a battlefield, women still have that spirit, and I say keep it. I want to say something to every South African woman watching this, not as a political point, not as content. I don't have a political party, so I'm not doing this for any election points. I'm saying this out of the goodness of my heart. As a human being who is genuinely ashamed of what his country, my country, has allowed to happen to you, I'm going to give you the final message at the end of this episode, and I mean every word. Those 20,000 women marched against the pass laws, against a terrible, 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 terrible system that treated them as less than, against a terrible, terrible government that believed it had the right to control their movement, their work, their lives, their bodies. They marched against the assumption that they could be dominated, regulated, controlled, made small, less than human. And they were significant. They were right. And apartheid eventually fell. Good riddance. And then South Africa, the South Africa that was supposed to be the answer, became the country with the highest rate of gender-based violence in the world. The country where a woman is killed by her intimate partner every 3 hours. Somebody's being killed out there right now. The country where 53,293 sexual offenses were reported in a single year. It's more than the amount of people have been killed in Gaza last year. The country where Kwekwe, a 7-year-old girl, became a national story, not because justice was swift and certain and was true, but because the system was slow and uncertain, and the politicians who were supposed to help made it worse by going on stages, making it about them, and naming innocent men rapists before the evidence was in any way. I want to say something to every South African man watching this, including myself. This is our failure, not government's failure in the abstract. Ours, men's. Every man who looked away when a friend spoke about his girlfriend like property. Every man who laughed at a joke that wasn't funny that reduced a woman to a body. Every man who stayed silent when he could have said something. Every man who has convinced himself that gender-based violence is something other men do. As if the statistics are being generated by some other South Africa that none of us live in. We live in this South Africa and the numbers are ours, very much so. And I want to say something to every South African woman watching this. Wherever you are, my beautiful sisters, whatever you have been through, whoever did what to you, we are here for you. We are here for you. There are still good men there. As a good man myself, I am the live evidence that there are still good men there. There's other guys with good values like myself. What those 20,000 women said in 1956, it is still true. You are an Imbokodo, you are a rock. Okay? Despite everything that's happened to you, you're still standing. Despite everything this country has put you through, you're still standing. Despite the policy failures and the court backlogs and the shelters that are full and the police stations where your report gets filed in a giant drawer of all other reports and the politicians who sing songs about killing white people and then calling themselves liberators, despite all of that, you are still here. As strong and as beautiful as you are still building this country. You are still raising its children. We are nothing without you, women. You are still doing the work. Oh, you are. Often unpaid, often overworked, often unseen, often unthanked. That holds this society together. You are a rock. And shame on us. Genuinely, shame on the men who made you need to be that strong because they were that weak. Shame on the government that has had 30 years to address this and produced nothing but statistics that embarrass us on an international level. Shame on the culture that produced the idea that a woman's safety is her own responsibility to manage, rather than a baseline that society owes her. A woman must be protected in a society. A woman is the backbone of a society. A society is nothing without a woman. Our women are everything. The Imbokodo image has always been beautiful, but we need to stop celebrating that women have to be rocks. We need to start asking why we keep throwing things at them. Why do they have to be such strong people in such a degrading society? Why aren't we looking after our women? We are against feminism. We are against women being the head of the household because the man should be the head of the household. Then why aren't we doing it then? You want your wife to listen to you? You want to be the man of the house? Maybe start doing that. Maybe start getting a job. Maybe start being the breadwinner. Watch how she starts treating you different because you've taken a huge weight off of her. Women's Day is not a day for Instagram posts and heart emojis. All these ladies doing that. Stop it. This is a day for honest reckoning. For asking, what have we done this year to make South African women safer? What has changed? What has improved? What are we willing to actually do? Not post or tweet about, actually do to change the numbers. I'll see you next time. If you're a woman who is in an unsafe situation right now, reach out. The GBV Command Centre number is 0800-428-428. Available 24 hours. It's free. Operators are trained. Your safety matters. My name is GBV SAMBIT. Happy Women's Day. I'll see you next time.